Hello everyone, we are here with the Charger today because it's time to upgrade these transmission lines to some AN lines. Only doing this really because I believe I have a leak on my transmission lines, and ones that are on there are kind of bent up a little bit, so time to upgrade to AN. So let's check out what we got. Alright, I got this Dash 6 hose kit from Evil Energy, 16 foot. Comes with a whole bunch of fittings and stuff. Some stuff you might need, some stuff you might not use right away. Also has several of these clips that can go around the hoses to hold them together, which I will definitely be using. But also grabbed these I believe it's a 1/8 NPT to a Dash 6 AN. I got 4 of those, 2 for the radiator, 2 for the transmission. Got my Sawzall here to cut the line, and let's get started. Oh yeah, also I will be changing out my speedometer gear since I will be changing over to 355 gear. And with my rear tire size that I have, I'm going with a 34 tooth. Thankfully, I actually had one in the backyard with all the 727s that I've had my hands on. I've actually had one, so going to be changing that. Changing this mainly because my speedometer gear has been broken since my speedometer has not been operational since No Name 1. When I did the burnout competition, I'm pretty sure I shredded my speedometer gear. So need to change that. Hopefully get that working again. So let's get these old lines broken loose and draining so I can pull them off. Well, there's the old lines. The end of one of them kind of twisted off because the line would not spin on there. So if I did decide to go back to steel lines, I would have to get some more. But here's the first piece of line. This is actually some leftover hose from the Red Rocket when I was doing the transmission lines on it. Got my first fitting. I'm gonna do the transmission first and then route it forward and see how long I need it. So let's get to it. Well, I got a little carried away and I got all the line. I got both the lines made. I was actually able to use just that scrap piece. I didn't have to get into any of that 16 foot, so I got plenty. So let's check it out. All right, we got the lines here, and I got it plenty of distance away. Let's see if I get my phone up in here. Got it plenty of distance away from the belts and all that. Hope that caught it. I got the line holders, or hose retainers, whatever you want to call them. I got hose clips. I got it right there and there. Right there. I'm thinking about making a bracket eventually to make sure I'll hold this up so it doesn't rub against the steering linkage. But it's all on there. It's all good. The one on the back side was a little interesting. The one on the back side was interesting because really I need a low profile 90 degree, and I did not have one. I do have one on the way, so if I do have to mess with it again, or if I have issues with this thing making noise hitting the floor, I don't think I'm going to have any issues with that. But if I do, I got that low profile one on the way, so I'll be able to swap it out. But now to get the old speedometer gear out and see what it looks like. Well, I almost had the new speedometer gear installed when I took off the cable. I spun the cable to see if it would spin freely because I figured it's probably supposed to spin freely. This does not. So I actually hooked up the replacement gear onto the cable and spun it, and I could hear it catching inside the cable, inside the housing. So I'm pretty sure the speedometer cable itself is actually busted. So instead of buying a new cable, I'm just going to install the speed sensor that the new Dakota Digital instrument cluster needs. So that way I'll go ahead and get that in and out of the way. I'll run the wires up into the cabin, everything. So not going to get to that today. I'm going to get to that in a little bit, probably the next day or two. I've still got it on the ramps, so I still have easy access to it. So I will see y'all in a day or two when I can go ahead and get that sensor installed. All right, here is the speed sensor for the Dakota Digital dash that I will be installing in this thing. It will have to run close to the exhaust, so I picked up some, this is actually for spark plug boots, some heat resistant sleeve to protect the wires, because it has to run right over the exhaust, and I don't want anything melting with this wire, so I got that. So let's get up under there. I'm still going to switch out that old gear. I've got it over here in my cabinet. Still going to switch out that old gear if it's not green. Pretty sure it's going to be a different color and a different tooth count, so I'm going to swap that out and then hook it up to this, and we'll be good to go. Alright, new sensor for the speedometer is installed, and the old gear is actually black. It's a 32 tooth, and it's actually in good condition, so we'll be hanging on to that. And here's the wiring with the heat protector on it. It's a bit oversized for the wire itself, but I wanted it to go over the plug as much as I could, so that's what I did. And the way I did these metal ties, I had a tiny bit left over, a tiny bit overhang. I bent it back and did the same thing to this one. I bent it back. I actually need to push that one down a little bit more. I bent that back to stop it from slipping off. With this being really small, just to stop it. But yeah, that's protected. This will go to the transmission. The exhaust is probably somewhere about right there, so it's going to protect it, and then that's going to run up this side of the firewall and the inner fender. Just for now, I'm probably going to have this zip tied up and tucked away somewhere in the engine compartment. That will let me get this on and finish buttoning everything up. Oh, and yeah, I did go ahead and install that low profile AN fitting, and I do have a lot more clearance on the floor, and I am a lot happier with it. So let's get this on, run the wire up, zip tie it up, and I think that'll be it for this video. So let's get that on and then show you what it looks like. Well, here's the sensor installed. There's the wiring going to it, going up over the exhaust, going over the torsion bar, and then I just got it running along this brake line. Brake line going all the way up. That's where my wiring for my cutouts is going up too. So it's going to go up. Gonna put some zip ties on a couple more things to keep stuff tucked away, and then that'll be it. Well, that's going to be it for this video. Figured out why my speedometer wasn't working. Got my transmission lines replaced with some braided AN lines, and I guess you could say I've officially started the install on my Dakota Digital instrument cluster. I'm probably going to go ahead and get those sensors installed, and then have the wires labeled on the inside of the car, and that way all the wires are running in. All I got to do is just sit in the car and do all the wiring to it. But I'm probably going to have the rest of the sensor install off camera, and then I'll show you where I put them and how I routed everything once I get around to installing the actual cluster. But there it is. you like the video, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.